What's going on, YouTube? It's Josh, aka Sloshy Joshy, bringing you some football season content. We're finally here, man. It's week 1. So I made this kind of a rough draft, but I might roll with this this year. Let me get some feedback. Actually, I actually want some feedback, negative or positive, on this. If you guys like it, or if I should do something else. I just kind of threw together a PowerPoint of fantasy starts and sits of each game. So we'll kind of go through this. This is week 1, starts and sits. I'll try to fly through this. It's pretty long, so I'm trying to make this video not so long, but I'll kind of give my explanation for each thing. Oh, now it's not working. Oh, okay. I'll just click then. All right, Cowboys and Buccaneers, Thursday night football game. Going to be hype. Going to be a good game, I think, actually. So QB starts. You're going to start Tom Brady and Dak both. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Cowboys defense coming off one of the worst seasons ever, so Tom Brady's going to light it up. Dak Prescott's back, man. He's gonna want to sling the rock as much as he can, man. He's gonna go off too. Running backs are going to start Zeke and Fournette. I think they're both going to have good games. I'm a little iffy on Fournette. Zeke's a little iffy too, actually. That Bucs defense is fierce. It could be a heavy pass game, but I think you can start both these comfortably. Ronald Jones and Tony Pollard are both sits. If you even have those guys, I know some of them. I'm trying to cater to all drafts. I know there's like 12 teams and 10 teams and 8 teams, so some of these guys might not even be drafted in some of your leagues, but in some leagues these guys are like 12 teams. You're going to see some of these deeper running backs like Tony Pollard and Ronald Jones go. Giovanni Bernard, actually, he would be a sit this week as well, but he might be a good pickup. Keep an eye out for him in my week 2 ads video or something, because he might be a sneaky little pick. Tom Brady likes his receiving running backs. Wide receiver tight end starts Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, the 3 Buccaneers. Pretty comfortable starting all those guys either in the flex. Mike Evans could be a 2, a 1 even. Godwin could be a 2, a 3, and then Antonio Brown could be a 3 or a flex. And CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, same deal, man. I mean, they're gonna get grabs. They're gonna get a lot of catches. This is gonna be a high scoring game, I believe, because the Bucs are gonna get up, and then Dak's gonna be throwing 500 yards to catch up like he did all last season when he played those first few games. Sits Gallup, Scotty Miller, Gronk, OJ Howard, Blake Jarwin. Not really feeling any of those. Don't think you need to start these guys. Michael Gallup's could be kind of that borderline. If you're weak at wide receiver, you can play him. But I don't know if he's gonna do good. All right, Eagles Falcons, first game on Sunday, 1:00. Matt Ryan, Jalen Hurts, both starts. Jalen Hurts, I'm not high on this year, but Falcons defense is not very good. So Jalen Hurts is gonna have a good game, I think. Matt Ryan's gonna have a good game against the Eagles defense. Mike Davis, Miles Sanders starts. Miles Sanders, I don't like him, but I do. Again, I put this little star here because of the Falcons defense. I would start him this week. Not high on him at all this year, though. Mike Davis, I am high on, and I think we're going to see it from week 1. He's going to get a lot of volume. Running back sits. Anyone else? Low, because I couldn't think for the life of me any other running back on either team. Wide receivers and tight ends. Calvin Ridley, that's a start every week. Russell Gage, I think, is going to do good. Wide receiver 2. If you've been watching my videos, you know I'm high on him, stepping in that 2 spot. Devontae Smith is going to have a good game. That might not be how you spell his name, but I kind of flew through making this, man. It's late, and I wanted to get this video up on Wednesday before the Thursday night games starts. Before Thursday. Dallas Goedert too at tight end. I think he's going to be a good start against this Falcons secondary. So yeah, Jalen Reagor, Zach Ertz, sit. Don't like him. However, Kyle Pitts, I do have him on the sits this week. And I know that might surprise a lot of people. Some rookies, man, I just don't. You could start him, man. I mean, I know he's a high tight end. I know a lot of people probably didn't even draft another tight end than Kyle Pitts. If that's the case, go ahead and start him. He's probably going to do okay. But if you have another tight end, I'd probably play him over this. Kyle Pitts' first game. Rookies, man, I'm always a little iffy on starting them week 1. Any rookie, man, at any position, I'm just kind of a little iffy, man. You don't know. You have no idea what the game plan is, what their workload's going to be. You just don't know. So that's why I got him down there. Maybe a hot take. Probably could start him, but Steelers at Bills. Good game, man. It's going to be a good game. Big Ben and Josh Allen both start. They're both going to be slinging the rock. Running backs, I got Najee Harris start for sure. I think they're going to use him a lot this year. So if you have him, that's a great pick. Plug him in at that RB2 spot, maybe RB1, wherever you have him. Sit both of the Bills running backs. That room is a mess right now. I don't know what's happening. They're both a little below average, I'd say. And I don't really know who's the one and who's the two. So a little nervous on those running backs. If you've been watching my videos, I've been trying to tell you guys to avoid those guys. They're both talented, but nah, not in fantasy. Not for me. Wide receiver tight end starts. I have Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, and Stephon Diggs as starts. Johnson and Claypool are going to be solid 1 and 2 for Ben all year. Stephon Diggs, obviously top 5 receiver in the league. So you're going to start these guys for sure this week. Cole Beasley, Eric Ebron, Juju, and Emmanuel Sanders and Gabriel Davis, all sits. Steelers defense is fierce, right? Cole Beasley, Sanders, Davis, you're sitting for that reason. Steelers defense is legit. Stephon Diggs is going to be a start. This might be one of his worst games of the year, though. He's playing a very good defense in Pittsburgh. Eric Ebron, I don't like. I think they have a guy, Freiermuth, coming in, and they might kind of split. So that tight end position is going to be a little shaky. We'll see how it plays out throughout the year. But for now, sitting Eric Ebron and Freiermuth if you have him on your team. Juju Smith-Schuster, I've talked about this all year. I think his volume is going to go with the rise of Deontay and Chase Claypool. I think his targets are going to drop severely. And Najee Harris, I think his involvement in the offense is kind of going away. So that's that game. Vikings at Bengals. So QB starts are going Joe Burrow, Kirk Cousins, both of them. This is going to be a slugfest, dude. Got 2 bad defenses. They're just going to be throwing the ball, man. Dalvin Cook is a start. Obviously, I think Dalvin Cook is a start almost every single week. Sitting Joe Mixon, dude. I don't like Joe Mixon. I just don't like him, man. I don't think he's that good. I think he's overhyped. We'll see, though. We'll see. Wide receiver tight end starts Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, the Vikings boys. You're most likely going to be starting these guys every week. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. I do have a star here because I go back to what I'm saying earlier. Rookies, man, I don't like to start them week 1. I actually have Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase on one of my teams, and I'm benching both of them the first week just to see. I'm going to watch both games because I want to see their involvement in the offense. I want to see if they're getting a lot of targets. Jamar Chase, I want to see if he's actually catching the ball now instead of all those drops. So I'm starting him, but maybe if I have better wide receivers, I'm not. Maybe a flex spot might be good for Jamar Chase, but be cautious, man. Be cautious with him this week. Wide receiver tight end sits Tyler Boyd and anyone else. Couldn't think of another receiver, but I think that's pretty much the main guys, right? I don't need to put that. Again, I kind of rushed this, but it's all good. 49ers at Lions. I put Trey Lance and Jimmy G on here just because who the freak knows at this point. But you're sitting all of them, dude. This 49ers, man, they're a very run-heavy team. Once Trey Lance becomes that like premier starter guy, I'll probably lean more towards starting him. But right now, I don't. I think there's just way better value at quarterback you could start over Jimmy G and Trey Lance. A lot. I mean, I'm going to do a power rankings video too. I think they'll probably be at the bottom for now just because they're almost splitting snaps at quarterback, which is going to be crazy. Jared Goff is to sit. He's just in such a bad situation in Detroit. DeAndre Swift is a start, though. I do like him and his explosiveness. I've gone over his injury history, and maybe, I don't know, he might be a flop this year. I think was he on my do not draft list? He might have been, but I do think he does good. He's going to have an okay season. I just think Jamal Williams is going to take away. It's going to be a 50-50 backfield. I do have Jamal Williams sitting. 49ers defense is no joke, but I think DeAndre Swift will have a good game. And then all the 49ers run backs, because they use like 4 of them, Mostert, Trey Sermon, and some more, but sitting them. You could maybe put Mostert in the start, but not comfy yet. Too many running backs in that room, man. I think there's better choices to add running backs to start on your squad. Wide receiver tight end starts. Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Kittle, you're starting for the 49ers. You're sitting all the Lions wide receivers. I still can't name one to this day. It's pretty crazy. TJ Hawkinson, you are going to start. I think he's going to have a great year, dude. I think TJ Hawkinson's like the most reliable target for Goff. I think he's going to force him the ball a lot this year, dude. I think Hawkinson's going to have a good year. Cardinals at Titans. Starting Kyler Murray and Tano. No-brainer. Top 10 quarterbacks probably in fantasy. So, yeah, nothing really explained there. King Henry and Chase Edmonds are going to start. Love these running backs. I wanted Chase Edmonds. I missed out on him on my teams, on most of them, I think. But I think he's going to have a good year. He's a good receiver, too. So in PPR, he's going to kill it. Sitting James Conner. Don't really know his involvement with the offense yet. I guess we'll see. It's kind of cool because, I mean, after week 1, we'll have more of an idea of how everyone will play. But right now, it's kind of no, we don't know. We have no idea. Wide receiver tight end starts with DeAndre Hopkins every week. A.J. Brown every week. And Julio pretty much every week. So you're starting all these guys. Julio's a little banged up, I think. He has an undisclosed injury. Let me look. Yeah. Undisclosed. Questionable for week 1. That's probably nothing. That's probably like a stomach flu or something. Nothing to be crazy about. Nothing to be concerned. Wide receiver, Rondale Moore. I got that star, man. He's a rookie, so we'll see, man. He could – I saw someone bet for him to win the rookie of the year, and the payout was pretty huge. I do see him actually becoming a pretty good, reliable target for Kyler, maybe like halfway through the season. So we'll keep an eye on him, man. He might be a good one to kind of target maybe as a trade or maybe a free agent aid if he's not free agency if no one drafted him, and then others don't know. Seahawks at – I'm going back. Hold on. Did I skip one? I think I skipped one. That's why I went. No, I didn't. Okay, never mind. Seahawks at Colts. QB starts, you're going to start Russell Wilson. You're sitting Carson Wentz. I don't even know if he's 100% a go, and that does concern me. If he does play even, I think he's going to be kind of limited. So we're sitting him this week. Russell Wilson's great. You're probably going to start him every week. He's like a top 10 running back or quarterback as well. Oh, excuse me, it's late. Running back starts. Jonathan Taylor and Chris Carson. Jonathan Taylor's a beast. He's coming in. He's, a borderline first-round running back, so you're going to start him every week. Chris Carson, I think he was one of the more underrated running backs this year's draft. So start both these guys. Running back sits. We're going to sit Nyheim Hines this week. I know he gets a lot of catches in PPR. He's usually a good flex player in PPR. He gets a lot of catches a week. But let's just see if they use him again. I think Jonathan Taylor's taking a majority of the snaps this year. Wide receiver tight end starts. DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. Seahawks receivers, man. Russell Wilson. And these two have a great chemistry last year and the year before. DK is that top dog now. Tyler Lockett is still a beast, right? Deep threat. I swear this dude catches a bomb a game. Pretty crazy. But, yeah, we're starting both of them. And then we're sitting Michael Pittman. I couldn't even think of any other Colts wide receivers because I know T.Y.'s out till like week 7, so I couldn't even think of another one. But maybe Paris Campbell. But, yeah, we're sitting all the Colts receivers and Gerald Everett, the Seahawks tight end. Chargers at football team. That's so fucking weird to say. QB starts. We're doing Justin Herbert and Fitzmagic this week. Fitzmagic in like a super flex league, probably not in a 10-team league with no – I mean, you probably have a better quarterback than Fitzmagic there. But we're starting Herbert. We're starting Fitzmagic. I think Fitzmagic's going to have a good game. Running back starts, we're doing Gibson and Eckler, of course. These are both like second-round running backs, so you're going to start them. Those are going to be solid RB2s for you all year. Maybe some of you have him, Eckler as an RB1. I know he was drafting kind of late first round, early second, so we're starting these guys for sure. Eckler might have a tough task against the Washington football team's defense, though, but I think his PPR value is just too high to sit. J.D. McKissick, too. I don't know. I know last year he was, targeted like over 100 times. So very sneaky kind of PPR running back. But I've heard Gibson's going to get more receiving opportunities out of the backfield. So we're going to sit him this week, just kind of see what happens if you guys have him. Wide receiver tight end starts. We're going Terry McLaurin and Logan Thomas on Washington. Logan Thomas, I think, is going to be, top 10 tight end in the league, top 5, maybe even towards the end of the year. I think he's going to get a lot of targets. I think Fitzmagic's going to fit him the ball pretty well. feed him the ball pretty well. Same with Terry. Fitzmagic force feeds is his number one receiver, and Terry is the number one. So I feel like Terry's a lock for top 10 receiver in fantasy this year. Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert, and Keenan Allen just have that chemistry. They had a great year last year together. I don't see that slowing down this year. So Keenan Allen's a star this week. Mike Williams and Curtis Samuel sits. Mike Williams, I feel like he's a boomer bust kind of guy. Hasn't really become that like all around wide receiver. I feel like he's like more of a deep threat, catches like 1 or 2 a game. Seems to anyway. Curtis Samuel's a little banged up, so we'll see his involvement week 1, and then next week he might be a start. But for this week, I'm sitting him. Jets at Panthers. Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold. They're both going to be starts or sits. Sorry. Yeah, this game could be a shit show. Who knows? But then again, I mean, it could be a high scoring game because they're both bad defenses. So we'll see, man. Zach Wilson, rookie. Again, don't love to play rookies week 1. Well, watch them sit, see how it works. If you don't have a good quarterback, though, put them in, man. Plug these guys in. If you don't have another quarterback, and I'm telling you to sit them, obviously you got to play them. So just play them, see what happens, man. Running back starts Christian McCaffrey every single week. Don't even have to explain it. Especially get it against the Jets defense. I think he's going to go off this week. And then RB sits. We're going to do the Jets running backs, Michael Carter and Tevin Coleman. Don't really know who's the 1 here or the 2, but I guess we'll find out week 1. Wide receiver, tight end. We're going to Corey Davis start. I think he's going to be a good receiver 1 for Zach Wilson on the Jets. And then Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore of the Panthers. I think Robbie Anderson's good, man. He gets open a lot. DJ Moore, I kind of need to see more of. I need to see more of DJ Moore. I'm funny, dude. But yeah, start these guys and then sit everyone else. All the others. Jaguars at Texans. Another kind of battle of the Bears, kind of a low tier game here. Jaguars at Texans. Trevor Lawrence, you're going to start him here. Texans have a terrible defense. He's going to torch him. Tyrod Taylor, you're going to sit. He's just in a bad situation, man. Poor Tyrod, dude. Never really has a fair chance, really. Start James Robinson for sure. He's a sneaky good running back this year. If you got him on your team, congrats, because he could be a league winner. RB sits. You're going to sit David Johnson and Phillip Lindsay of the Texans. Not sure what's going on there. Like, I just don't believe in anyone on the Texans this year. I would avoid the team at all costs if you can. Starts DJ Chark and Marvin Jones. Trevor Lawrence has good chemistry with Marvin Jones. I saw from the couple games I watched of Trevor Lawrence. DJ Chark's a beast. He's a little underrated too. So we're starting him. We're going to sit Laviska this week and Brandon Cooks. I definitely spelled Brandon wrong, I think. Maybe not. Oh, well. We're sitting both of them, though. Don't like their opportunities this week. Starts Browns at Chiefs. Start Patty Mahomes every single week. Obviously, no brainer. QB sits Baker Mayfield. I just think they're so run heavy, man. And this might be a good game. I might change it to start. Let's change it. Baker Mayfield start. Not in a like 1 quarterback league though, but in a 2 quarterback league, we're putting Baker Mayfield in. But yeah, this is more for like a one quarterback league maybe. So we're gonna sit him, but they're so run heavy, dude. The Browns are. Chubb's a start, Kareem Hunt's a start for sure, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a start. Chiefs are gonna run through and put up a lot of points on the Browns, I fear. And Baker will have to throw a lot to bounce back. So maybe that's why he's a start. But for now, I got him at sit. Wide receiver, tight end, we're doing Tyreek, McCole, and Kelsey, of course. Tyreek and Kelsey every single week. McCole Hardman, I like him as a wide receiver too, man. I'm excited to see what they do. I'm going to give him a go this week. OBJ, same thing. I think he's going to come back off that injury and be a true number 1 this year on the Browns. Oh, whoa. Scrolling changes them fast. Note to self. Sitting Njoku and Jarvis Landry. So going on to the next one. Dolphins and Patriots. This could be a good game, actually. Mac Jones, sitting Mac Jones and Tua. I don't like Tua. I'm not a big fan of Tua. We'll see, though. We'll see how he plays this year. He could prove me wrong. Mac Jones looked good in preseason, but again, rookie. Going to sit him, see how it goes. Damian Harris and Myles Gaskin. I'm starting both of them. I like Gaskin a lot at RB2 or in the flex. Good PPR running back for sure. Damian Harris got a little uptick in value with Sony Michel leaving, so we're going to start him. And then that Ramondre Stevenson dude, I'm sitting him this week. I did draft him in a couple of my leagues, though, because he balled out in preseason. And he could, rival Harris as the number one back. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But we're going to sit him and watch how much work he gets in week one. And if he doesn't get a lot, we'll probably drop him. It might just be a preseason story and something to move on from. But we're going to start Gesicki because I like him a lot. He's going to be a top 5 tight end, I think, this year. And then we're going to sit Parker, Waddle, Nelson Aguilar, and Jacoby Myers. Weird game. It's hard to read. Don't really know how I feel about it, but whatever. Packers at Saints. We're going to start Aaron Rodgers and Winston. Winston in a couple quarterback league, maybe not in a, and maybe in a 12-person league. I think Winston's going to have a better year than people think. So I'm starting both of them. Aaron Rodgers, obviously. RB starts Aaron Jones and Alvin Kamara. Obviously, those are both first-round talents at running back. So you're going to start those most likely every week. RB sits, you're going to do Latavius Murray. Actually, he just got cut today. Pretty crazy. They wanted to restructure his contract, and he was not about it, so they cut him, which is actually good for Alvin Kamara owners because Latavius Murray actually took some goal line touchdowns away from Kamara last year. So Kamara is going to get a little uptick in work on the goal line, which is good for fantasy owners. So he's gone. He's not a Saint anymore. Leave a comment if you predict where Latavius Murray will go. He's actually a good running back, man. So he'll probably land somewhere pretty fast. AJ Dillon sit too. There's a lot of hype around him. I'm not really about it, but we'll see. Could be a good goal line back, kind of a touchdown dependent fantasy running back, which isn't a good thing. But wide receiver touchdown start. Wide receiver tight end starts. It's late. Can you tell? I put start instead of starts. I'm bad. I'm lazy. This is a lazy PowerPoint. My teacher would. This is the first PowerPoint I've done since like college, by the way. So enjoy. Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb is a sneaky one. He's coming back to the Packers. I think he's actually going to play slot, and I think he's going to do good, dude. I actually think he's going to come out of the fucking ground and resurrect his career here in Green Bay. I know Aaron Rodgers loves him. So we're going to start him this week and see what he does in the flex. If you don't have him, you probably don't have him. If you don't have him, it might be worth a pickup now and just kind of keep him on the bench. But I would start him this week, man. I think I'm actually pretty strong on him. Robert Tonyan as well. One of my top sleeper tight ends, quote unquote, if you will. Wide receiver tight end sits. Callaway, New Orleans wide receivers really don't really know many of them. Marquez Callaway is the only one I knew. Yeah. And then whoever else New Orleans has. And then you're going to sit Marquez Valdez-Scantling and Alan Lazard this week. Broncos at Giants. Teddy Bridgewater and Danny Dimes are both going to be sits this week. Not really high on either one this year. Bridgewater has a little more upside, I think. Stop. Danny Dimes kind of in a make-or-break year, but he looked terrible in preseason, so we'll see. We're going to sit everyone, too. Barkley is banged up. They're talking about him being limited, so I would rather play someone that has a whole entire game to play than maybe like 10 snaps they're going to limit him to. So we're going to sit him. If news comes out he's going to play, he's 100%, he's going to play the whole game, then we're going to obviously move him to the start. But this week we're sitting him, dude. I don't mess with that snap count, the snap limitations. I don't like that. It always ends badly because they get like 10 rushes for like 12 yards and then you have 1 point from your starting running back and you're going to lose. Melvin Gordon sitting, Javonte Williams sitting. Don't know what's going on here, so I'm sitting both of them for this week. Wide receiver tight end start. We're starting both of the Broncos wide receivers. I actually like both of these guys. I think this is a good wide receiver core that they can build around. Hopefully Bridgewater can get him the ball because I think these guys could have good years fantasy-wise, Jerry Jeudy and Sutton. Wide receiver threes probably, but starting them nonetheless. Wide receiver tight end sits, Noah Fant, Evan Ingram, and Kenny Galladay. And then whatever who cares about the rest of the Giants receivers? Maybe Sterling Shepard, but we're not starting them. Bears at Rams. This is the Sunday night game, I believe. This should be a good one. Starting Matt Stafford. I think he's gonna have a great year this year. So we're starting him off. Great targets. Sitting Andy Dalton, Justin Fields, of course. Don't know what's going on there. Don't know why they're starting Andy Dalton. It blows my mind. But as soon as Justin Fields gets the green light as a starter, that dude's going to be a beast in fantasy. I'm telling you right now. If you got a chance to draft him, good for you. That's a great move. Running back starts, we're doing David Montgomery of the Bears. Dude, man, that's a very underrated running back. And I think he was one of the top 5 in like the last 7 games of the season. Look it up. It's true. Running back sits, we're doing the Rams guys, Sony Michel and Darrell Henderson. I just don't know what they're doing there. And Sean McVay loves the running back by committee, so it's so hard to draft Rams running backs and, kind of lean on them because you just don't know what their workload is going to be week by week. Wide receiver tight end starts. Allen Robinson's a start almost every week on the Bears. Cooper Kupp and Bobby Trees, Robert Woods, are going to be starts for sure on the Rams almost every week too. Tyler Higbee of the Rams, tight end. I like that. I like him this week too. And then wide receiver tight end sits. Darnell Mooney. I'm going to sit him this week. I do like him for the season though. I think he actually might be a little surprised. People are going to be surprised with him and his production this year. And then we're sitting Deshaun Jackson as well. Ravens at Raiders. This is the Monday night game. QB starts Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's going to start every week. I think this is a favorable matchup for him, though. I think the Raiders' defense is kind of doo-doo. So Lamar Jackson's going to have a good week. We're sitting Derek Carr. Ravens' defense is nice. And there are many quarterbacks in the league that you could play over Derek Carr. I'm sure you have a better quarterback on your roster than Derek Carr. So we're sitting him. Running back starts Gus Bus Edwards. He's kind of the number one, man. He's undisputed number one. He's going to get a lot of work here for sure with a very run-heavy offense. So good fantasy running back this year, I think. They did sign Le'Veon Bell today on the practice squad. I don't think he's a threat to Gus Edwards. I think Gus Edwards is going to be the main guy this year, but we'll see. And then start Josh Jacobs against the Ravens defense. Probably not the best start against a good run defense, but Josh Jacobs is a beast, so I like him. And then we're going to sit Kenyon Drake. I don't know his involvement. They did pay him a lot of money, so he might be on the field a lot. Man, we'll see. This could hinder Josh Jacobs' value as well. So we'll see what happens there. Wide receiver tight end starts Mark Andrews, Darren Waller, of course. Both great tight ends, probably top 5 tight ends in the league. So you're starting both of those guys. And then sits, we're doing Henry Ruggs, Rashad Bateman, and Marquise Brown. Couldn't really name other guys. Who else do the Raiders have at wide receiver? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. But I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, there's my starts and sit of the week. Took me a little to build this, but I think it's a solid template, man. I think I might do this every week for my starts and sits. Let me know what you guys think of the video. I kind of tried to talk fast because I didn't want it to be another 40-minute video to an hour. I didn't want that to happen. I think it was like 20 to 30 minutes, which is still kind of long, but I went through every single game of the week 1. Let me know if you're excited for football, dude. I'm fucking pumped. I can't wait for it to start, dude. I think Washington's going to have a great year, so I'm super excited. Got my NFL Sunday ticket ordered. I live in Florida, so they're out of market, but we got it situated. Let me know what you think of the video, man. Comment, like, subscribe. Appreciate you guys watching, man. Peace. See you on the next video.